up, everybody? We are back. It's Everybody's Talking About It. I am your boy, Marjay, your host. It's going down. This is going to be a great episode. I am finally joined by the Janan Ashton, who is my baby. I love you. It's so good to have you here.
Yes.
And then my bro, you already know, he is a part of Everybody's Talking About It. He's been rocking with me since season 4. Dwayne, what's up, bro?
I was on the plane with Dwayne.
Yeah.
From Whitley. Who the hell, man?
Remember that joint 2010, man, or 2009?
Yep, that was a time.
That was a good year.
A great year.
And you can't forget, bro is out here doing some good stuff too. If you gotta follow him at not your average Wayne on Instagram, he is cracking the world up on all of them. He is really he done caught the eye of Erykah Badu. Everybody, he got everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
well, tell her to bounce that ass this way. We all want a window seat. We all want one.
We do.
Just to see it. So, Janan, it's so good to have you here. I really want to just talk to you a little bit and find out what's been going on. So, what's up with you? What's new? What's current? What you got going on? What's coming up?
Man, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I will say that this season has probably been the driest season as an actor.
Oh, wow.
Y'all know, for those that know me, I'm always moving.
Right.
I'm always doing something. I'm always in a play. I'm always in a film. I'm always doing this. I'm always doing that.
Mm-hmm.
November, I took a hiatus. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
But it was with good purpose, though. And I rested. I'm still in a resting phase, but it's just like, all right, now I'm being more intentional about what I say yes to.
Right.
So because of that, now April's about to take off. You know, I start filming next week. I'm filming a pilot, back filming a pilot that I've been filming for some time. You know, sometimes production can last up to a year, even if for a pilot. Mm-hmm. So, refilming that. Just got cast in the play. I'm doing a read on Monday with Theater in the Act. Shout out to them. So, things are starting to pick up, but I really needed to take some time to really regroup, recenter. Not just like a refocus, but like really shift my attention back on myself and what really aligns with me. Because I've been doing a lot of things for other people. And even though, I might have one movie on Amazon, I might have another on Tubi, I'm still in Philly. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm still in Philly.
But it's a struggle for everybody. But you got to keep climbing and keep working, and at least you're still going. A lot of people have given up and said, you know what, this is a lie. I ain't going to keep going. But you know that you have a talent and you have a passion for it. And you have... Right. You know, you got to go for that gift, and you got two little ones. You know,
big as hell. They not even that little.
That's why I call them two people. You know, that's why you don't keep about two people. Because, you know, they watching you, and they seeing mommy out here grinding and knowing that one day it's going to hit. It's going to hit, and it's going to be big. It's going to be big. Janan is an incredible actress, though, and I can honestly say that because we have shared the stage twice.
Yes, we have.
She has played my insecure girlfriend, Dawn.
First of all, I was like 16.
You know what I mean? She was playing my insecure girlfriend, Dawn, and then she went on to be my cheating ass wife, Tanya. And so, you know, I mean, I guess she got me back because in the first time, you know, we played together, I was terrible to her. So she got me back.
Beating my ass, okay? He was I could say Maurice and I are so comfortable with each other that we just did whatever. Yeah. You know, so like acting is about trust, especially when you're with somebody else. Mm-hmm. Like if you're playing somebody's counterpart, whether your sister or that's your brother, even if you're sharing the scene for like 1 minute, you have to trust the other person.
Absolutely.
And one thing I can say, that chemistry can't be matched. I haven't had that as of yet with anybody else. Like
that chemistry is crazy.
We were able to trust one another in both roles, just being authentic. Like Maurice was there through a lot of dark times, not just on like the stage, but off stage as well. Both times I was going through crazy shit.
You didn't even know I was going through some shit, but you were there, and I appreciated that. Things you still don't know that I was going through, but you know, but you were there. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was definitely supportive, and to share a role. What I can agree about our chemistry is that I know our chemistry is good because it don't kind of matter what you throw our way. Me and you can just give it because we can feed off of each other so well. It's like it don't matter if somebody say, you know, you be a 50-year-old mother with 2 kids and they're all mean to you. You be the mean husband, and it's like we could do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, So I appreciated that, and it feels good. I love that.
I love it too.
I love that.
You don't come across that often.
Often at all, actually.
That's not something that you can fake. Some people think that acting is like, oh, you're lying. No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. You're telling
actually
the truth.
being the truth, being the most truthful.
You're in the moment. You're present. So it's just like being able to trust someone like that is cathartic. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And that has created a genuine bond between us over the years.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I got a question for you.
Okay.
You also, you're on my podcast, on my show right now, but you also delved into the podcast realm. So what the hell is going on with Shenanigans Podcast? Dwayne is interested in knowing too. We are.
So with Shenanigans, thank you. With Shenanigans, so I started Shenanigans Podcast during the pandemic, and I was bored as fuck in the house. I was teaching virtually. So for those of you that don't know, I'm also an educator, but it just pays the bills because I'm over it. But it stemmed from a place where like I just needed to heal and I needed to like talk shit out. And I was by myself. I was going with my best friend house. She was in Delaware, but it was still like I need something to do because I'm not doing what I normally do. And then it grew. But what was funny, one of the administrators from one of the jobs I was teaching at the time was saying that I was like talking about students and I was doing all that. And I'm like, wait, what? No. And I ain't never say not one motherfucking thing about a kid. Maybe that young lady that was killed by police in Ohio, but that's all I referenced when it came to children, unless they were my own children that came out on my motherfucking body. But I took a break. And then I was featured as a co-host on another podcast. And we went viral, like naturally went viral, like millions of views and stitches on TikTok and all that shit. But as it progressed for me, it just wasn't aligned with who I am, my morals, the friends that I have. It was kind of harmful to the community that I serve. And it turned into something that I just wasn't fucking with.
True.
So we, shout out to him, but I needed to separate myself because it was turning into, I won't say bullshit because that's not nice, but it was turning into something that
it's honest.
I mean, it's honest. What you gonna do? Fight me? Like I don't really care, but like no real shit. Like what are you gonna do? You put me in a pickle. I had to make a decision. What was best for not only my 9 to 5, but what's best for my brand. It just didn't fit anymore.
Right.
And then I merged with another platform, just trying to bring Shenanigans back, but we created Shenanigans with T. So currently, we're on hiatus.
Okay.
We both had to take care of ourselves, but I cannot be completely honest. I'm not a team player, y'all. And I'm really not. And this is no shade to my co-host. I love her to death. I love her down. That we have created a friendship now.
Okay.
However, I noticed that I don't fit the mold of a lot of things.
Got you.
A lot of spaces, a lot of places.
Honest with yourself, you gotta know yourself.
You gotta know yourself. You gotta know yourself, and whether people like it, whether they don't, that has nothing to do with me anymore. What I really care about is my brand and what serves my highest good. And if it does not pay me, and if it does not look good, and it doesn't fit my brand, it doesn't fit the platform that I'm utilizing, then I have to separate myself.
And I can agree to that. That's what that part, absolutely, I can agree with, because that's what I started to say in this season. This is more, Issa Rae, when you said that, I ain't never believed it more than this year. This is me season. I don't give a fuck no more.
Man.
I always say it. Now, you say it real frivolously at times, or you say it to be like smart when people say, well, I don't give a fuck. No, this is the most I ain't ever gave a fuck in my life.
Listen,
you can
here.
say what you want to say now, do what you want to do.
I'm
going on.
I'm going on. Whatever you feel about me, and I'm all right about that at this point. It's really just like I can no longer serve other people.
Me neither.
And these are the same people that will say the most crazy shit about me. That's not even true. Like, people have been saying things about me that I didn't even know about myself. So it's just like, okay. And this is the moment where it's like, I don't give a fuck, but I still have to handle people with grace because that says a lot about me.
Yeah, sure.
So it's like learning when to gracefully bow out and focus on yourself and rebrand and reconfigure. That's what I'm trying to do right now. So do I want to get back in podcasting? Absolutely. Well, I want to have a co-host. I thought about it, but they have to fit me. Yeah. It has to be things that I want to talk about. It has to be things that I am well-versed in, I'm educated in, And like I'm not into gossip. Like you could talk about Krishan all you want, and I would be like, damn, I didn't follow her a long time ago because she cooks me, you know. Or you could talk about how niggas do this and niggas do that, and I'm trying to be married. Like I'm not worried about what these niggas have done. Yeah, niggas that are trash sometimes. So sorry, Megamind, but it's like.
I'm so sorry, Megamind.
But it's like, okay, and how can we evolve from that? I don't want to keep talking about the same old shit that's just not getting nobody nowhere. Right. Everybody has an opinion.
I think this is you saying I'm doing this.
I might, but I really want to like.
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. And guess what, Janan? There's nothing wrong with it because sometimes if you have to, like I said, if you know yourself, enough, like people like Wendy Williams, I'm pretty sure if she was presented with a fucking co-host, she would go, "Excuse me," because she's a big personality on her own that doesn't look like she would like to share what she has to say, and that's nothing wrong with it. She's made a whole career off of herself,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Talking her shit or whatever, whether you like her or not. She's built a career off of that,
right?
Without having a co-host,
and that is
outside of having her VJs. I'm sorry,
right?
You know, but
like I am in this space where I no longer need validation for my existence, and it's like I've had to like I would pull back because I'm like, all right, I'm too much. I'm doing too much. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. People don't like this. People don't like that.
Right.
Views aren't enough. Okay, views are enough. So how should I fit in this mold? I don't fit in any mold. I am authentic. And I think that also me not embracing that authenticity has held me back. And it's blocked me from my blessings that I really deserve. And they're gonna come back around. They're gonna spin the block. But for sure, I have gotten in my own way, whether it's my mouth not believing that I deserve it, or whether it is I don't fit in this space and I'm trying to make myself fit into this puzzle that how I'm shaped doesn't even fit in. So it's just like, what to do with that?
It's hard.
Move on.
But I want to talk to y'all both about something because Dwayne, you know, all of us up here have a background in acting. So let's talk about it. I really want to get there and get into that. What do y'all prefer? Stage acting or film acting?
You can start.
There ain't nothing like the rush of a stage.
Yeah.
It's no redos. It's just I don't know. That adrenaline is like a roller coaster.
I agree.
So that stage, the lights come up. It's just like
it's a wrap.
Go right to it.
So I'd rather that. I mean, obviously movies pay more.
Hello.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you why. I love, like you said, it's the adrenaline and it's the rush of getting it done one time.
Yeah.
For stage for me too. But I'm such a face person. Like I love, people say, well, Maurice, you give me face. I love that. I just love to do that. So that's why camera work is good for me too.
Right.
But I do prefer live acting better. Only because like the audience reactions usually, like I said, if I ever do a show, and I'm not being cocky or anything, I usually am a person that gets audience reactions because either I'm a comic relief character, I'll say something off the wall, I'll like the characters I have played in the past. Shall I say, I've always been like a audience reactor type of thing because I've gotten slapped for something that I said on stage before, you know what I mean? Play those kind of characters that get audience reactions. So that's what I like to do in the moment because you don't know how people are looking at you from afar or how people are receiving it on TV or on film because you're not at home with everybody watching it.
Right.
But you know exactly how people feel in that moment while they're watching you.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I prefer about stage acting.
Yeah, I prefer the stage for sure. Like I've had some of my friends that started in film. You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
And it's no shade, no tea.
No,
but you can tell the difference.
You can tell people that are stage actors, even like you know that Angela Bassett is a stage actress.
You know Viola is a stage actress. You know Meryl is a stage actress.
But the reason why I pointed out Angela Bassett in particular because she is a stage actress through and through.
No, for
like
real.
She can walk when she goes to an interview.
You can see it.
Or like she moves. You know, her hands move. She'll be like, I was walking to the store and I'm here and I'm here and I'm here and I'm there. And I'm there, and I'm like, you just know stage actors when you see them because everything is over the top. Everything is just the way you move. It's just over the top.
I think it's a combination of that and the stage presence carries you throughout.
Yeah.
When you're not on the stage.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I think as an actor that has, so like for me, I've been acting since I was 4. Like, and I'm up there now. You know, I'm old head now. I'm know you're not talking your head. Bald as shit talking to me like that. Anyway, I'm trying to be a good person.
I'm just showing you where you're about to go.
No, I ain't about to go. You see this head full of hair? But
come on, talk about
ain't nothing wrong with my edges. Where's yours? Okay. You left them on the... All right, cool. But...
yeah.
But transitioning into film. So I started theater. I started out New Freedom Theater in 94, 95. And then I graduated in 2008. But in between that time, I took on-camera classes. I did commercials. I've done forensic files. I did stuff with Donovan McNabb, the school district, all those different things. And I had to learn how to dial it back. It wasn't until I got to college where I had to learn how to dial it back for real because I studied. But not only did I study on stage, I studied behind the scenes. I studied directing. I studied playwriting, all those different things so I could just know not just how to emote, but how to transcend. Right. How to
That's deep.
Really think about, all right, am I using Meisner or am I using method? I am a continuous student. I love to learn.
I love to learn too.
With film, it's not that I don't learn because I have been around a lot of people like Courtland Lene Williams. She is an actress, voiceover artist, amazing actress, but also an amazing director.
Right.
So she has taught me so much, and working with her on stage and also in film has been a cathartic human experience. It reminds me that I'm human. But stuff here, I can't say I've learned much.
Right.
And it's not to throw shade at people. Some people haven't studied as much as other people have studied. When I work with Sam Anthony, he's out in Chester, but when I work with him, he studies. When I work with 5-4 Vision, he studies. You can tell people that study and tell people that just pick up a camera and want to do it. So I get torn a lot.
But you know what? And it's so crazy because that transitions me into what I wanted to say next about this, because that takes a whole new toll even for us as Black artists. Because, going into Hollywood, going into Broadway, it looks different for us.
Yes.
Outside of not just because of the race thing, but it's also the opportunities or just the lack of. They're just not there. Or even if they are there, our finish line always feels like, kind of like what Monique said, kind of feels farther than everybody else's. Like we have to feel lucky to get a certain role, and then even if there are certain roles out there for them, they want specific actors or specific type of looks.
Yeah.
For Black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You already know you can have a skinny white boy or skinny white man with fucked up teeth play in a big blockbuster movie, but for a Black blockbuster movie, this has to be fucking Will Smith, Denzel, muscular type of role, because that's what we have to visualize for a Black man. You can't be awkward. The Black woman has to be drop dead gorgeous to do the lead role. And she has to have that. It's like it's always something different for us. White people can do awkward movies and look awkward and be weird and be strange.
Yeah.
And have unique looks.
Yeah.
And still be the greatest actors and get awarded and all of that.
But that's not just Hollywood either.
Right.
I experienced that undergrad.
Oh.
Like when I was in undergrad, we did this play called Mackinac, and it's about Ruth Snyder, who was one of the first women to get electrocuted in 1929.
Electrocuted by execution, or she was just
electrocuted by execution.
Oh, okay.
She killed her husband.
Oh God.
So I had auditioned for her role and I almost had it, but the issue was I wasn't white. And then each year I kept auditioning. They would ask me to audition for the main roles. And even though I loved my professor and I still love her to this day, she was really one of those directors that was like by the book. So she wouldn't bend the mold and shaping that. Right. So it was like, I remember we were doing Charlie Brown and I wanted to audition for Charlie Brown. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. She wanted me to audition for Snoopy because I could dance. So I could shuck and jive and tap shoes. I wasn't doing that.
So I could shuck and jive and tap shoes?
Like I wasn't doing that. And then when we did like a myriad, we did like a compilation of plays together for women's voices. It was in honor of like Women's History Month. And I was pregnant with the twins and one of the plays was Raising the Sun. Of course I had to play the mom. I don't even look like I could play a 20-year-old's mother. I don't even look like I could play my kid's mom because I still look young. Okay. But I'm like, not so much, pop. But when it's like, when you're filming, it's an aesthetic.
Yes.
As a black woman, I'm brown skinned. I'm shaped a certain way. I have a bunch of tattoos. I have piercings.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to look at me and be like, oh, she could play somebody's girlfriend or cheating wife. You know, like, or... Boo Shaquetta, I can never play Boo Shaquetta. But, you know, or I'm playing the hyper promiscuous girl.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time that I was still playing a teenager. I just got out of playing a teenager.
Well, I'm always the drug dealer. You know?
Right.
So.
And it's like, it gets so daunting sometimes. Because if you know it's in real life, we ain't nothing like that.
Yep. You know how many people offer me, even sometimes I'll get emails or I'll get like a message, oh, can you be an extra? We need an extra drug dealer. Oh, I'm good. I'm 33 years old, bro. I'm okay.
Right.
You can go find any little, go up North Philly, go grab somebody off the corner.
Go down the street with the little niggas in the ski mask.
To be an extra to play a drug dealer. I'm good on that.
And people look at you like you're strange when you say no to stuff.
Oh, yeah.
People look at you strange when you set a boundary. That's one thing I'm noticing as a black actress at this level. You know, I'll say I'm a C-lister, but C-plus lister. Mm-hmm. You know, it's frowned upon when I say I don't like something. It's frowned upon when I say, no, this does not fit me. It's frowned upon. I've literally looked at some of the roles that a former agent was sending me out for. I don't want to play that shit.
This is so crazy. Literally, listen. Watch this. This was just going to blow your mind because this is going to be a question for both of y'all. How do you decide what roles you play?
Now is if my spirit says yes or no.
Okay.
You know, before I used to say yes to so many things just because I wanted to be seen. I don't want to be seen no more. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a buck. You know who I am now. I don't have to do that, and I have to start moving in that essence. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, all right, I want to do something that challenges it. You know, when I did Lowest Places, Lost Time, playing somebody that was in jail, that was that angry and had to crack, it was probably the hardest thing ever, and I learned that role in a week. Mm-hmm. So because I was originally a supporting role. Mm-hmm. So that was like my cap. And I was like, yeah, what's next? Mm-hmm. And I say that often, not because, oh, I think I'm better than anybody else. No, I don't. I need to grow. Mm-hmm. I need to propel forward. I can play a girl that's cheating on her husband and getting bent over a toilet and getting fucked in the bathroom. I could play that easily. I don't want to do that no more. Yeah. I have kids.
Yeah. You want something
what will my daughter say when she because they're at an age where they can Google shit. You got a phone.
Yeah.
Her friends be talking about like, oh, your mom's an actress. Some of her friends' parents be like, oh, I seen your mom at X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm.
But you can see if the character even had depth. Like then I can say, all right, there's a reason why I took that. Mm-hmm. But it's like if it doesn't, then what's the reason, Wayne?
That's similar. So I'm just getting back into certain things. So I'm at a point where before I would take anything. Mm-hmm. But it also has to fit my the brand that I didn't know I had. Mm. So it's like I don't think I want to play that character. But then, like you said, I would take just do it. So I just now at this point, it is probably based off what's going to benefit me better. Yeah. So it was funny that I forgot who Tony Baker. He was like he's a comedian, do a lot of social media. Mm-hmm. And he was like. He was offered a role to be a rapist in jail. Mm-hmm. He was like, I don't know if I want that to be my first role. Hey, mom, this is the guy that raped the bull in jail. Like, sometimes, like, you don't really
sometimes you don't want that to be your set off. Yeah. The role you jump off with. Right.
It's like, it's still, you still got to be selective, in my opinion.
Because I'm like that too. For me, it's always, I want a role that's going to challenge me. I don't want somebody to look at me and say, oh yeah, of course you're going to play this role. Right. Like, I hate that. Like, I know like one of my roles that I did like playing was with a play, and I played my friend Earl's dad, actually. And Earl is so good as an actor, because you know Earl, and you met Earl too, because he's been on the show. When I got a chance to play his dad, it was a challenge because, first of all, of course, I don't have a kid that old. And then on top of that, I played the villain before, so that wasn't new because the character was a villain. But that wasn't new. But the challenge was feeding off of him, of how good he was, and and letting the audience see that I'm believable of being his dad, like his dad. And I was like, oh, this is good. This is that challenges me. Right. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to be challenged. I don't want to look at it and be like, you're naturally supposed to have this role because you fit the look, you fit the whistle.
Right.
Like the way that they're casting Kim Kardashian in the movies now. You know?
Right. She's
Just
an
to play
American Horror
herself.
Story
Yeah,
playing
just to play
herself.
You know what I mean? And even in the Tyler Perry movie, herself. They do that. That's why they cast her. I don't want to do that. I want to be challenged.
Right.
I want to look at the page and be like, how can I play this?
Right.
You know how they do the joke when like the dramatic old actors and something like, how can I play this? I can play
What's
this.
my motivation?
What can I do? How can I do? I just can play one of two ways. Let me try cry. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I would do.
Right.
That's what I want to do when I read the script.
And see, that is like the juxtaposition that I'm like facing right now. And that's also part of the reason why I've been on a hiatus, because certain things are just not a challenge to me. When I get on stage and I act a fool and nobody's directing me, that's when I know, should I be doing this? Because I want to be directed. I want to be led. I want somebody to mold me into this person. Somebody told me, and it's somebody that I've worked with before, and I actually respect his work. You know, I worked with him recently in a festival last summer, and he said, I'm tired of seeing you as a slave. I'm tired of seeing you crying in the movie. Pause. Played a slave one time.
Yeah.
Excuse me, enslaved. That's the proper terminology. You know, I am educated, guys. My minor was African American Studies. But he was like, you always playing a slave. You always crying or something. Now, I will say I can emote very fast. Like, it doesn't take me much, and I'm in it. I'm immersed in it. I'm enmeshed in it. You got to leave me alone after a while because I can't take it. If I cry, that's it. You got to give me some time to get myself together. People don't know how hard that shit is to really, like, when people be like, can you cry on cue? No, I can't.
I cannot cry on cue.
And I can, but I refuse to because you're putting my mental health at risk.
I can't.
Because if I get triggered, that's it, and I'm wiping all y'all asses out.
I can't cry.
But it's also like, when he said that, that made me take a step back, like, damn. That's all y'all niggas view me as? Like,
yeah, I can't
and it's like, that's all you really paid attention to, and that really hurt me. Because it was like, here I am struggling with myself. Here I am having to do a million different things just to fund this career that I'm really passionate about. Here I am, a single mom. Here I am, health issues, all these different things. And you sitting here saying, that's all I played? Nigga, what have you done? But also, it's just like all right, I'm going to use this as motivation. Like, I'm going to make you eat your words.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't like me after that, so be it. I don't care.
Do you feel those roles are your most memorable? Like, if somebody was asking, like saying, oh, you always play, do you feel like maybe they looked at you in that way because that was one of your best performances in their mind?
Now, I will say this, so it was it was a cineplay is what they entitled it as. And it was called Freedom's Eve. And it was challenging because here I am in a 15-pound costume in 90-degry weather. And it was hot as dog ass in that fucking cabin with no running water, no running water, no air conditioning, no electricity. We're in a cabin in the middle of Delaware County. So it was challenging physically, and we got through that shit, and we worked hard as hell. That was a great role, but the only time I've ever played in Slave. And this person didn't even see it. They saw a clip. You know, the people that have seen it, they didn't even realize it was me.
Ooh.
So it's just like, nobody realized it was me. You can't see my tattoos.
Yeah, he thought
you can't see my tattoos.
He thought you was Kizzy.
Yeah, literally. People really thought that I was that person. When they saw a fucking the trailer of it, and when they saw the actual promotion, they were like, "That's you." I'm like, "Yeah." They were like, "You don't even look like yourself." Same thing with Lowest Places. Yeah, I might have been snapping and crying, but people would have thought I was literally in jail. Nobody knew. When my kids saw it, when my parents saw it, that was the first time I heard my mom like, "I didn't even realize that was you."
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, that shows your acting. Because here's the thing. If you are moving in different directions, Janan, what would be, this for y'all, we're going to talk, what is your dream role?
I have a couple. I want to be on Law and Order Organized Crime.
I want to be on SVU.
I want to be on Organized Crime because Christopher Maloney as an actor, if y'all have not witnessed Stabler,
is so fucking good.
But he's also in so many other things where you don't know it's him.
Danielle he did some Truitt, comedy.
On Sci-Fi.
Yup, he did a lot
and
of
he
stuff.
was in what's that shit with Journey Smollett and Aldous Hodge? The Underground.
The Underground, and then he did this funny ass movie that was years ago. What the fuck was that called? And I was just laughing at that. Oh, The Runaway Bride. Remember
he did that. He was in Oz.
Oz, yep.
Where he played the bisexual prisoner. he was also in Pose as well.
Oh, yeah.
So he is so
He's
talented.
really good. He's a great Stabler is good.
So I wanna play a detective. I wanna shift gears, maybe be Danielle True's love interest, but I wanna play a detective. I also wanna dive into horror.
Didn't I just say that?
But you literally did.
I just said that.
I want to dive into horror. I want to dive into things that are not normal. I want to not serve a different audience, but I want to shift gears and like be more intentional, like not just about being seen, but make this valuable, like make this worthwhile. I want to not just work in Philly. Mm-hmm. I want to work and I've worked in California. I've worked in Atlanta. I've worked all over the United States at this point. But I want to make this a constant thing where I don't have to supplement my income.
I get you. Dwayne, what's your dream role?
So my dream role would be a character where I like not a split personality, but it's multiple characters inside the one. Whether it be funny,
like a clumps.
No, not like that. You seen Split?
Oh, Split with James McAvoy. Oh, you want a multiple personality disorder?
I would love.
I think you would do good in that too.
I think you would do really good in that.
Me too. I could see you in that.
Switches like that.
I could see you in that.
Like in Nurse Ratched when the woman from Secret Life of Bees was like switching.
Wasn't she amazing in that? Sophie Okonedo.
Yeah,
she was amazing.
Nasty
in that.
work.
For
That's
me, mine is my dream. I had actually 2 dream roles for myself. I wanted to do like something on the lines of Lovecraft Country, but Jonathan Majors did, which is like historical mixed with that sci-fi stuff. I literally cried from top to bottom watching that show.
Yeah,
because it was that good. And I really hope, Jonathan, you get your shit together and come on back out here and make a good comeback, because you are one of the best black actors I've seen in a motherfucking long time, man.
No, for real.
I really hope you come back, man, stronger than ever. And my other one would do a biopic. I really want to play somebody. Like, I don't know who. I don't know. I don't, maybe a young Luther or something, but I do want to be in a biopic. So anybody out there casting biopics, y'all make them
I've wanted to
5
do a biopic
times a year.
too.
I want to do a biopic. That's what I want to play somebody. Because I really would I like diving into people's lives.
Yeah.
Like even if it's a serial killer, like I would want to play that kind of biopic. I don't mind going there. I don't mind it.
I think those are the best ones.
I want to go there because I want to understand. I like seeing shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like even watching the Jeffrey Dahmer joint, as hard as it was to watch, fucking Evan Peters fucking went so deep into that shit. I'm like, yo,
Niecy Nash, Evan Peters,
Niecy Nash, Richard Jenkins. The cast was fucking amazing. The fucking Asian family
tore me up. The deaf
oh my God.
Tore me up.
Shout out to Kappa's Karen Molina White, who played the deaf Tony Hughes' mother. She was fucking amazing. The casting was stupendous.
It was, and it was like a quadruple entendre in a sense, because the real horror story was what? That they didn't believe.
They didn't believe, and that's
and
what
this has been going on for years.
That's what I loved about Ryan Murphy creating that show in that
and
way.
And he highlighted that nobody listened to these black people. These black and brown people, not one fucking person listened to them.
Nope.
And he made him human.
Very much so. But I'm glad that he didn't sympathize with him.
Right.
That's what
he didn't sympathize with him, but he made him
sympathize with him, but he didn't sympathize with him.
Right.
And that's what I like.
Right.
Here we go. What actor or actress do you want to work with? I wouldn't mind that either.
I have a couple.
Come on, Janan, give me one good one. Sit here, because I got to play a game with you. You got to play a game.
All right. So, of course, I want to work with Viola or Angela. Viola, Angela, or Meryl. Those are the 3 that I would definitely want to work with.
For sure.
But male actors, Denzel, of course, he's in that. But Courtney B. Vance.
Absolutely.
Robert De Niro. James McAvoy.
Love him. Love him.
I want to work with him because when I watched him in Split, you saw each split happen.
Yep.
Like you literally saw.
No, he's amazing. Even
him
as Professor X is amazing.
Yeah.
Even him as Professor X is amazing.
Another person, Giancarlo Esposito and Jeffrey Wright. Probably. I would have to put them at the top because people think they're so underrated. They're not. But like those are the tangible actors where you're like, you don't even know their names, but you know they're good as shit.
So I agree with a lot of people, and I agree with both of y'all. So I got to go different this time.
Only had one. She had 17.
Oh, go. You got a female? Do you have a female? Angela.
Yeah.
So since I got to go different. My female go-to is Aunjanue Ellis. I have to work with
that
this
is
woman.
a bad woman.
I don't care if she plays my mother.
That's a bad woman.
Something. I got to work with
That's
Angelou Ellis in this lifetime.
Woman.
I got to meet this woman, talk to this woman, get into this woman's head. Angelou Ellis
woman.
is ridiculous. And if I'm going to go male, because y'all said all the good ones, I got to go somebody different that blows my mind. Who's a good male? Because y'all took all the good ones. I want to work with all the guys y'all said. That's why there's so many good ones. But I'm saying y'all took Jeffrey Wright and all the good ones that I love. But I'm trying to think of somebody different.
Think of somebody younger.
I'm thinking of a lot of people. Caleb McLaughlin. I would like to work with Caleb McLaughlin, the young man from Stranger Things. He's good. The New Edition story and all that. He's very, very good and very, very. Oh, and Ashton Sanders as well. Ashton Sanders is actually phenomenal. Well. Very much so.
He is phenomenal. I would say Lakeith Stanfield and what's the bull name from they call him Tyrone?
No, let me go back. No. Let me take you back. Go back. Daniel Kaluuya. I'm sorry. That's my number one male. I gotta work with Daniel Kaluuya. That's who my number one male is.
He could.
Because when I'm telling you, when he did Get the Fuck Out,
I was literally just watching that shit.
I was when that's a motherfucker that can cry on cue. When that mother, how can you sit in a leather chair and just cry? How can you do that?
Can I tell you something?
Nobody did nothing. All he was doing was just sitting like this. Huh?
I think he had to do it 2 times back to back.
He did.
Because he wasn't doing nothing. She wasn't even saying nothing, but just spinning a spoon, and he just crying.
Not even blinking. That shit is different. He can
He's
pull
amazing.
my muffin cap back blue, okay? He could fold me in one of them lawn chairs that they use in the Alabama Brawl, and I would be here. He could fold me in a pretzel. I'll be all right.
I'm done. So we're going to go here real quick, because I really want to talk about
Michael B. Jordan he can't act. I love you, but
he cannot act. And you know he cannot act.
I like
He did one movie that he did that was good, and that was Fruitvale Station.
That's it.
And that was it.
That's it. He was good in Hardball.
You didn't like him in Black Panther. You know you didn't like him. He was horrible.
He said, "Hey, Auntie." I said, "Oh shit." That's the only part I paid attention to.
Compared to them motherfuckers in there that was acting like that,
he was playing.
It was cheesy for that movie though, because them motherfuckers wasn't doing. This is what I was separated about. This is why Black Panther got the respect that it got, because this movie wasn't made like a typical superhero movie where those actors were coming in like. Dun, 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 dun. These were acting from like an actor's point of view. I'm acting like I'm African. I'm here. I'm this. And Michael B. Jordan just threw the whole vibe of the movie off for me.
But
you should watch it again.
I did. I said it 5 times, 8 times.
And do you read the comic books though?
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. But it was just cheesy. He made it cheesy.
I
don't read the comic books.
He didn't necessarily match all of it. Like I was waiting to hear the West Coast accent, you know. But he's traveled so many places where he could just be moldable, you know. But he wasn't moldable in that character. He was just a look. But I can also say that I do enjoy his chemistry with Tessa Thompson. I do enjoy that chemistry. I enjoy the chemistry with the daughter.
What's the name of it?
I even enjoyed the chemistry with him and Jonathan Majors in Creed 3.
Oh, Creed
3, Jonathan Majors.
That wasn't bad movies.
But his
acting is good for those kind of movies, though, I'm not going to lie. I will say he's like a specific actor. That's what I was telling you. People cast him for specific roles. You know what I'm saying? I want to go here real quick before I play this game with you, because this is how I want to do this. So how do y'all feel about reboots and remakes and stuff? Like, we got to talk about, like, what was your thing? What was your thoughts on The Color Purple? Like, did y'all like it? Did y'all love it? I wasn't a big fan.
I know that a lot of people went to go see it, and there was a lot of characters that played. I just didn't have an interest.
So I have a few different views. I understand why people didn't want to see it, because the first one was traumatizing. On the other end, though, it was more cathartic, I would say. Like, it had more of a resolution where she forgave, and you know, I do think all of them were good. I think Danielle Brooks is a nasty woman.
No, she's
that
great.
That girl can fucking act her ass off. I prefer her over Oprah. As she, no, I said she.
No, I'm not. Now that I can't agree with.
I'm sorry. I prefer her over.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Over Oprah.
That was Oprah's role for me.
I preferred Coleman over Danny. I preferred Coleman, But
to be honest with you, Coleman wasn't even really in the movie as much as I thought he was.
He wasn't.
Thought he would be.
He wasn't. This movie. So I'm into movies that match books. This matched the book more than the original.
But what I'm saying is, what I like more so about the original, the acting was so fucking top notch that this movie. The reason why I wasn't like a big fan, I didn't give it a horrible score. Like I told everybody, I first gave it a 7 out of 10. Then I raised it up to an 8 once I saw it.
It was definitely 8.
Second time.
Solid 8.
For me, it wasn't a good musical that translated well to film, as well as like Dreamgirls did, as well as like a Hairspray or a Chicago did.
Yeah.
Because like when you watch scenes specifically with Sophia, that when you're like walking through the field, remember when she says you told Harpo to beat me?
Yeah.
And this all that hit so powerful in the first movie
because
by the time, it wasn't that. So by the time she go there and be like, you know, I had to find my uncles, and you like, oh my God, and my brother too. Hell no. And it's like, it don't hit as hard, and it always make it kind of cheesy. Where you like, it don't hit it. And even the dinner table scene, how powerful
that dinner table scene tore me up. Oh, you talking about the
original. Whoopi was
the original that tore me up.
Transcended. Like, in that fucking part. And to know that this woman auditioned doing stand-up comedy in front of Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, and for that to translate, for her to do the Celie role, was insane. It's insane. She gave a one-woman comedy show for her audition.
I agree with that. And because I saw it on Broadway when Fantasia was on Broadway, and seeing her here, 2 different people. 2 totally different people.
So did you like her portrayal?
I liked her portrayal. I still prefer Whoopi, but I liked her portrayal. I don't necessarily like the something happens and you start singing. You know, I don't necessarily like that.
About Fantasia's performance before, because we're about to wrap this up. What I didn't, because I love Fantasia, I'm a Fantasia fan, y'all. What I didn't like about Fantasia's performance is her having to put on an accent. Like, it wasn't natural. You know what I mean? She put on this facade where Whoopi was just silly. You know, I'm silly. You know, this is just how I am. You know, like, having last always. You know, fucking Fantasia is just like, you know, just some dead horses, and I'm going. It was like she was at a rodeo or something. It was like she had to put on this fucking, you know, like
at a rodeo.
Like she had to, like, you know how you gotta walk a little hunched over and all that. You sure you want to wear those pants?
But
you sure?
But
I did like
there
the ending,
are different forms of the ending. Tore me up.
Yeah, that was really good.
I boo-hoo cried when they sang that song. Corey Hawkins was a good harpo too.
Yeah, I liked him.
I preferred him. Like I
liked working.
I love that song. He ate that little
choreo. It wasn't the singing. It was the choreography.
It didn't match. But
you in 2024 and dancing in the 20s. Like, y'all winded hips and shit. We ain't wind no hips in the 20s.
Yes, they did.
It was set
in that time period.
No, it was set in that time period.
No.
It was set in like so
when
they got married.
That would have probably made more sense if they would have made it in today's time period.
That fit more of a In the Heights. Have you seen In the Heights?
Yeah.
So it fit more of that choreo, but Fatima Ali is an amazing choreographer. But I will say this. Some actors and actresses take a different route when it comes to tackling the character. Whoopi as Celie, it was more method. Like when that blood started leaking and
that was good.
Fucking Suge had to hold that damn thing from her, like when she was shaving him, and you saw the disdain in her eyes. She wanted to kill that nigga.
She was good.
You know, she was good. Fantasia was more physical.
She was taking
she had to like hunch over and okay.
She was getting her twissy right. So
you're a sick person.
Wait, before we end this, I want to play this game. Don't put your cup down real quick, because here's the game.
Oh, Lord.
Because this is a part of the game. The game is called Sip It or Spill It. So I'm going to ask you 6 questions, right? You specifically. And you got an option to either...
shiny as shit. You just wait to
either sip it or spill it.
Oh,
all right?
This to me more
Question number 1. What's a role you auditioned for that you really wanted and didn't get? And how do you feel about the actress that did get the role?
You black bastard, because you were right there when I didn't get it, you motherfucker. I'll say it. No, I'm not fucking drinking. I auditioned for a play years ago when we played boyfriend and girlfriend. I had to play a teenager at 26. It it. Not yet. But it. I think the director wanted a certain person to play the role anyway, even though I felt like I was the better fit because I was more tangible. I could hit all the different layers. Do I think she did a good job? For what it's worth, yes. Could I have done better? Possibly. I feel like if I would have done it now, absolutely, because I'm older now. So, and that might have called for that. I like what she's done with it. I have seen her grow, but yeah, that really bothered me because I had to play a 16-year-old and I had I was 25 and 26. We did it twice. I had 2 kids and here I am having to have blood on my underwear in front of an audience. That was a lot. Like, that was too much. Like, the fuck? Like, it was just so much. Like, it was too much for me at the time, but I also still appreciate the role because it pushed me
a little bit,
right? So
here we go. What has been your favorite project you've done thus far?
One Lowest Places.
Okay.
When I played Rhonda Singleton, locked up in the Bing, number NV4749. Yeah.
Check it out, y'all.
It's on Tubi right now. It was hard as fuck. And that's why I liked it the most, because it made me a different person.
Definitely. Check it out on Tubi, y'all. What project have you done that you now look back and say, why did I do that one?
One or a couple?
One. That one that you just like, you cringe.
Actually, it's funny. I just remembered it. It was a play years ago. I was in undergrad, and I don't even remember the name of the play. All I know is that I played somebody's best friend, and somebody was changing backstage for 15 minutes, and I had to come up with all these different things. I was a comedic relief, but I had to come up with all these things, and the fucking director cursed me the fuck out because she was in the play for whatever reason. I don't fucking remember why, but she was like this mysterious character with lingerie and it wasn't really needed, but she was the one that was changing backstage because she was supposed to come on and the girl that was playing the main character was supposed to come on, and it was just horrible. I don't even remember my character's name. I don't remember the name of the play. I just know I would never work with her black ass again because she cursed me out because I saved her ass. Oh, like, that was crazy to me.
Now, this is insane. My favorite question.
You're that director.
You might know who it is. Who has been your favorite male co-star?
You. Of course. And like, one thing that I will say about you is like, people have to recognize your talent and that when you're serious about something, you go all the way in about it. And
thank you
like,
for saying that.
because you were the comedic relief as Frank, but we had some really tender moments that nobody could hit. You know, our relationship on and off stage, like, you made it comfortable for me to just be myself as a person, not as a character.
Oh, that's
and
that's
different.
That's dope.
You know, like, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. And I care about people. I've had great chemistry with people, but this is different.
Because I've actually seen some people that you work with and all of that, and I said, oh, wow, that was deep, or that was really
good. Like, it'll be deep, but it's not the same.
I get you, but appreciate you, baby.
It's not the same.
So what role have you played that it doesn't matter what anyone says, you know you killed it?
Lady in Red and For Color Girls, who consider Suicide when the Rainbow was enough. I killed that shit. I killed that shit to the point where, and like, a little side story, my grandmother died February 25th, 2018, which was our last rehearsal. That's my mom's birthday. She died in front of the twins while I was at rehearsal on my way to go to my grandparents' house to pick up my kids because they were about to go to the movies, my mom and my grandma. And I remember still having to perform, and they left the seat for her empty. And it said, in honor of Mary Green. And I'm like, you know what? I felt myself crack. especially when the kids get dropped out the window, because all I could see was my kids. And that was the hardest thing for me to do. And I kept going. Nobody can tell me that I ain't kill that shit. Yeah. Nobody, anything for color girls, nobody can tell, anything I do, for real, nobody can tell me that I haven't killed that shit. But Lady in Red, Lady in Red, like, I'm gonna keep it a bean, let's keep it a buck. Nobody, I don't give a fuck how you feel about me. I don't care about none of that shit. You can't tell me that I haven't killed the shit that I've done. You don't have to like me. I don't like you. It's all right. But when it comes to the work, you can't say that I don't do it. Yeah. I'm here for a job. I'm not here to be liked. I'm not here for friends. I do my job and I keep it moving. You know, I honor my character's truth. And that's one thing that nobody can take away from me. So like Lady in Red for sure, but all of my roles, I know I bring something that nobody else could bring to it as well.
Hey, that's what's up. And then last but not least, in your honest opinion, who was the best actor or actress or both that you've ever worked with?
Whew. I can name an actress. I would say on Instagram, her name is Jasmine Shanice. She played my mom. Well, if you've seen Lowest Places, she played Elena. And seeing her play all these different roles is nasty work. Mel, I hate to say it because he's like one of my enemies, but Jerome is a different motherfucker. Jerome Scott is a different person. And one thing, and Jerome, I really hope you're watching because we know we're enemies, but like we are. This is going to be a lifelong thing. We're friends, but he's Jerome me in my phone. But I want him to see him the way we see him. Yeah, Jerome is a different type of actor. But I will also say, Carlos Campbell is one of the best actors I've seen in my lifetime. And Theater in the X, I'm doing a reading with them on Monday. We'll Write for Food by Renee Wayne Lucas. It's phenomenal play, but Carlos is one of the founders of Theater in the X. And when I say him and Walter Shield are some of the best actors I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. I saw them when I did Theater in the X Summer Festival. They were in the meeting playing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X, and it was
I can only imagine.
Dog.
That's good work. Because that's good work.
Ooh.
But Janan, I appreciate you coming through, baby. I love you.
I love you.
Y'all got to check her out. Follow her on all the socials. I'm going to post them. But remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Always, don't forget Wayne is at the end. Follow him on all the socials. We'll be tagged and all that. We're going to have all that listed below. And you can get all that done and all that. Holler at us. We see y'all next time. Everybody's talking about it. It's up. Let's drink. Let's drink.
Hey. I look forward to discussing more in our next session.
See? This is why I didn't want to open up to you people. All you do is come up in here and you start digging and asking me how I'm doing. How am I? How I'm doing, Dr. Simpson? 1,825 days. I've been sitting here asking myself, how did this happen?